this week on Good Day Stateline, we're looking for the Stateline's best sweets. We went on the other side of the state line today. We are in Delavan with Chad at Pastries by Chad. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for having me, Michelle.
All right, so tell me a little bit about how Pastries by Chad came to be.
Yeah, so Pastries by Chad was started 2 years ago. Pastries kind of started as a hobby, and then after culinary school, more professional, savory cooking, and then working in different patisseries and bakeries as that kind of my savory career progressed, and then decided about 2 years ago to start my own pastry company.
About 2 years ago, interesting time to start a company.
I know, it was a little bizarre.
But it seems to be going pretty well considering our Facebook fans told us to come see you.
Yeah, I'd like to think it's going pretty well. We just got named Best Desserts in Walworth County 2022.
All right, so French pastries is what we're working with, right? Or is it all kinds?
Yeah, it's kind of all kinds. So initially when I started my company, the vision was just French pastries, but the market quickly told me otherwise. So I started doing, cupcakes and even cakes, which I wasn't originally going to do. I do pies, and then I do have a whole line of, I don't want to call them fancier, but I guess fancier French pastries.
They're fancier. I'm looking at them right now. Tell me a little bit about what's on the table here.
Yeah, so I'll kind of start on our top right. Okay. So that was the very first French pastry that I came up with when I started my business. I call it fouetting crunch. So that is an entremet. Entremets are mousse-based cakes, typically made in layers. So that one has about 6 layers. The very bottom is a praline fouetting milk chocolate crisp with caramel mousseline, a citrus madeleine, more caramel mousseline, and then caramel glaze on top. In the middle is my shop brownie. So it's like a very dense, chewy brownie with a chocolate caramel ganache. And then I like to top them with a variety of French macarons. So that is my caramel macaron on there. And then this is just a sample of my cakes that I do. I do a bunch of different sizes. That is a 6-inch cake topped with fresh fruit. This is a Reese's pie that I've been doing a little bit more recent. So it is a peanut butter crust with chocolate ganache, peanut butter crema, and then it has whipped cream and a chocolate drizzle on top. I have an oversized cookie that I like to do. I started making them for the kids, but it seems the adults like them more. So it's a giant cookie that I fill with vanilla buttercream. And then I have a breakfast line that I do, so fresh croissants, danishes, coffee cakes, scones, all that fun stuff. And then of course a staple in French pastry are the macarons.
Macarons is the appropriate way to say this.
Yeah, macarons. I'm not, if people call them macaroons, I'll still make them as a macaron. But yeah, I can geek out and get technical, but it's technically a macaron.
Well, I can't pronounce a lot of the things you said was in the first item, so we're good. I know that we are going to have Ryan stop over here and teach us how to make ganache, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a super small family business, so they're my recipes. My wife does all the marketing, and then we recently hired Ryan, he's in culinary school, so learning savory. Cool. But he's kind of like a sponge right now, so he's learning French pastry technique, cooking, kind of everything he can as much as he can. So.
All right, so we've decided as the big contender for the Stateline's best sweet.
Yeah.
This is what it is. Tell me what this is called again.
Yeah, so this is called fouetting crunch.
Fouetting crunch.
Yep, so fouetting is basically just dehydrated crepes.
Okay. Huh. Oh, I missed the crunch.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the big crunch. That's the crunch factor.
That is good. This is like a French version of. Don't be offended.
No, I will not be.
A Kit Kat on the bottom.
Absolutely.
With delicious custard and then all this other stuff, but I love a Kit Kat.
Yeah, no, it definitely, and that base, it's so funny you say that. I always compare it to a Kit Kat.
This is so good.
Thank you.
Okay, if you want to vote for Pastries by Chad as the Stateline's best sweet, just do it right now at gooddaystateline.com.